So it is Sunday, the 5th of April. It is 10 a.m. and it is also the basically readathon. So what I'm going to be doing is documenting. I'll check in with you every hour and let you know how I'm doing with my book. And my book is The Stranger by Harlan Coben. Now, I am reading this as a buddy read with Brooks Books, and I've seen the TV series. I'm gushing about it. I absolutely love the series, so I immediately wanted to read the book, and now I can, so I'm very excited. Also, please, please forgive me for my hair. With us being in isolation, with us not being allowed out, I can't get my hair cut. So it's just going to be a bit of a hot mess for the next few weeks. So forgive me. I feel like I had to put it out there so people didn't think I was just living the life of a caveman. So, anyway, I will check in with you at 11. Actually, I just want to let you know I already started the book last night. I am 88 pages in. I'm on chapter 10. So, I'll check in with you at 11 as to where I am. So, I will see you later. So, it's 11 o'clock. We're an hour in. For me, most people have been going since midnight. And I've done quite well. I have got 5 chapters in, which is not ideal for an hour. But I have also been watching a lot of BookTube and been talking on the phone at the same time. So, really not that bad. I've gone from page 88 to 124. So, just under 40 pages. So it's going well. The book is progressing. I have seen the TV show. I am buddy reading with Brooke, who has not seen the TV show. There are a lot of differences to the TV show, which, obviously there will be. There are none so substantial, but we've just got to the part in the TV show that made me feel really, really ill. And now I'm really gearing up because this is where it starts, and I'm really excited. The first 120 odd pages were really important. It gave us the story, but now this is where the action starts, and I cannot wait to get the action in. So just a quick checkup from me to let you know that is where I'm at. I'm going to be reading throughout the day, but my family are also having a quiz night tonight, so I need to actually write questions because I am the quizmaster in charge of doing that. So might not get as much as I want to done in the next hour, but we will see. I'm loving this book. It's such an easy read. That is the main thing I can say about this book. It is such an easy read. There is no, last night I read 100 pages, near enough. Well, I read 88 pages, and it didn't feel like I'd read 88 pages. I read them so quickly and so easily, and I didn't notice how much I'd read until it was pointed out to me how much I'd read, and I was like, wow, really? And that is how much of an easy read this is, so I'm loving it. It's hard to not compare it to the show. I am, and there are some elements of the show I prefer, there are some elements of the book I prefer, but it's good, and I'm really liking it. So hopefully I'll get a bit further on and I will check in next time. So it is 12:30. I am 18 chapters into The Stranger, and I am going to go and have a shower and a shave. So what I'm going to do, because obviously I can't read while I'm doing that, I do have another book I want to start, and that is Stranger on the Bridge. Can't remember who it's by, so I'll put the picture here. And I have that via audiobook. I rented that from the library, so I'm going to listen to that while I'm doing that, because I do want to get that done as well, so that'll be quite good. It's a shame that I'm taking a break from this because I'm really loving it, but oh well. The audiobook that I'm listening to is about 5 hours long, so if I finish The Stranger quick enough, then I'll start that one.
I glance down to the Thames far below. It ebbs and flows, a sea of waste. I hold tight to an iron bar behind me.
So I'm showered, I'm shaved, I am up to chapter 27, but I'm realising that the main characters from the TV show are not necessarily the main characters from the book. chapter 27, nearly 200 pages in, and we've only just met the police detective who was quite a main character in the show. And I'm like, oh, okay, so she's not a main character in this. And it's just following Adam Price, who's the main character. And really, in the TV show, I found Adam to be the most boring of all of the main characters. So, a little bit disappointed that the other characters aren't in there. But I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm really enjoying the book, though. 200 pages in, there's just under 400 pages, so I'm probably just over halfway through. And I am loving it. Can't wait to continue reading. So, that is what I'm going to do now. I will catch up with you in a bit. So I am now 220 pages in. I am quite far ahead. I feel as though the TV show made it as though this story was dragging out for ages. Like, stuff that's happening now in this book happened in episode 2. And, well, obviously it's not as structured as, like, the TV show. Things are happening here. Whereas in the TV show, they happen, like, blah blah blah. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but basically things from like episode 6 are also happening at the same time, so I'm not relying too much on that. But I'm surprised by how far through the book I'm getting when it doesn't feel as though the story's coming out yet. Like, I absolutely love the story. I think this is an amazing book. It's great reading it knowing that I've seen the series. I do wish I'd read the book first, but I do absolutely love it. It's just hard because comparing it to the TV show, there are two sort of strand of narratives going on. There's obviously the Price family main thread that's happening in this book where Adam meets this stranger, then his wife goes missing, and then there's also the second strand of narrative where it's the police detective Joanna and her hunt for people. And that second strand with Joanna's very rarely in this book. It just kind of appears once or twice. And like, I've only read 2 chapters with that narrative in it, only 1 chapter with Joanna herself in it. And because that was such a big part of the series, I just feel a bit like, okay, where's that? What's happening? But instead we're just sticking with Adam, and I think it's great to follow Adam. I really like the story. I like Adam as a character much better in this than I did in the TV show, because he wasn't great in the TV show. He's quite annoying. But I do just feel a bit like I'm missing out, or that things are missing. But that's because, again, I've seen the TV show. I know what the TV show does, and it's different. So it's not bad. It's not necessarily a bad thing that the book isn't including the TV show things. The book is still amazing. It's just different, and it's always difficult. It's always difficult reading the book after you've watched the TV show. So I am loving it. It's so good. I'm just a bit conflicted because of how different it is to the TV show. I'm trying to not let the TV show and my knowledge of the show bias me in any way. But it is just, it's different, and I'm trying to work my way around that and trying to push through that. And I'm really enjoying it. I really feel as though I'm just not convincing anyone, because I seem to be saying it's not as good as the TV show. But it really is. It is just as, if not equally as good as the TV show. It's just different to the TV show in ways that I wasn't expecting. And now I'm just trying to process that this book is a separate entity altogether. Like, I can't just remember what it was in the TV show. I have to remember this. And this is it. So, also, I feel like I have to point out, because it really annoys me every time I look at it. Look at the cover. This lady is the stranger in the TV show. It's got the Netflix cover. But in the book, the stranger's a man. Which, changing the gender, it doesn't really matter that much. But why would you put her on the front cover when the stranger's a man in the book? It makes no sense. Keep the original cover. There is no need to change it to this. Especially when this just makes it an issue. Because that's a lady. Small rant, but I'm done now. I'm going to get on with reading. I'm enjoying it. So I made the decision to DNF Stranger on a Bridge. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't really looking forward to it to begin with, but I did want to read it. It was brought up during a announcement for the mental health-a-thon, and I did want to give it a go. It was a non-fiction, and I don't really do non-fiction, so I wanted to give that a go. And it was just, I don't think I'm in the right headspace for something like that. It was just very heavy hitting. It was quite dark and emotional, and to be honest, at this moment in time, with everything going on in the outside world, although I'm personally in a good place, like mental health wise, I'm doing quite well, it's still a bit depressing when there's enough depressing things going on currently in the world, because we're not allowed out, because we're stuck in this isolation, listening to something which is very sad and very emotional and quite traumatic and depressing. It was just not the best option for me. Like I said, I mean, I'm personally in a good place, so it's not like it affected me that negatively. It was just listening to it, I began to feel quite low myself, and I just thought it's not appropriate for me to be listening to this at this moment in time. So I decided to DNF that. I'm glad I started it, because at least I have a much clearer understanding of where we're going with that now. But I just don't think now is the right time for me to do that. Maybe again in the future, but I'm not sure. So just wanted to update you on that I decided to stop doing that for a bit. I'm continuing reading on with The Stranger. Hopefully I'll finish The Stranger today and I'll get started on another book. Tomorrow I am starting another buddy read, and I'll be documenting that separately. So I don't want to start another big book after this, so hopefully I'll finish The Stranger and I'm going to get started on Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. So I will have to see how I get on with The Stranger. I'll definitely finish The Stranger tonight. I'm just not sure as to whether I'll finish, or whether I'll start, should I say, Alice in Wonderland, because as much as I've got, it's, what time is it now? It's 4:30. I am having a family quiz night at 6:00. I'm not sure how long that's going to go on, so I've got 2 hours now to read, which is fine. And then, like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to have this evening, and I've got about 160 pages left of the book, so it's doable, but I'll just have to see how I do. So that's it from me. I'll update you with anything else. I just wanted to update you on where I was at with Stranger on a Bridge. So thanks, and I will catch up with you in a bit. So it's 7:05. I have just done my family quiz, and I am on, I don't even know what page I'm on. I should probably check. I'm on page 290 of The Stranger, which means there are 380 something, which means I've got about 90 pages left of this. So yay, I'm very excited. I am loving the book. I've been speaking to Brooke throughout. We kind of have a similar opinion on the fact that there isn't a lot of action in this. It's all filler but no action. And whilst I'm still loving it and I think it's great, I have the downside of the fact that I've seen the TV show, which is very much action based, and I don't think I'm enjoying it as much as the TV show. That being said, it is still a great book. I'm still loving it. I just don't think this is going to be a 5-star book for me. I think it's going to be a 4-star, but I guess we'll just see how it goes. Some of the things they changed for the TV show, I'm not entirely sure why they did it, but it definitely worked in their favour. Things that are in the book are really good, but it's just missing a certain something. And I think having watched the TV show,
I may be more biased towards that. Whereas Brooke hasn't watched the TV show and she's finding the same issues. So I can't really say that it's down to the bias because obviously she doesn't have that bias. So I think it's a fair review that the book is very good. It's just missing a certain something. So I'll just really need to see how the last 90 pages are to see whether I'm enjoying it or not. But that's all there is to say. So I'm going to try and read as much as I can now, and then I will catch up with you in a bit.
So I finished The Stranger. I really enjoyed it. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as the TV show, which I definitely wasn't expecting, but I enjoyed it, so I can't really complain. I thought it was great. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was very action-packed towards the end, not really towards the start. But yeah, it was great. I am going to do a dedicated review for it. Don't know when. I've got the rest of my life, haven't I? So, you know. But yes, I really enjoyed it. I don't think I'm going to start another book. It's getting on a little bit, and to be honest, I've spent the entire day reading and spending time with my family, and it's been quite hectic, so I think I'm just going to spend this evening relaxing and catching up on some TV or something, just relax, and then start afresh with a new book tomorrow. So I've been a part of the Readathon that has happened today, which is the Basically Readathon hosted by Brit. It's been so much fun. I honestly can't believe I actually did it. I really didn't do that much, did I? I woke up at 10 o'clock and I read until 10 o'clock. I did 12 hours. I did half of the requested amount. But I did it. I had a lot of fun. It was great. I'm so glad I was involved. And now I just need a break. I just need to recuperate myself and get myself back in a great mental space so I can start afresh tomorrow with a new book. So that is all from me. So thanks for tuning in. Never done this before. Probably repeating myself. Probably not the best thing in the world. But it was just an update and it was just for a bit of fun. So I will see y'all next time. I feel weird not ending with my signature thing. So thank you all for watching. I post every Monday, Wednesday and Saturday. So until next time, see you later.